Chadron State College. I'm William McLaughlin with your Eagle Insider. Each edition of the Eagle Insider is your look at the inside world of Chadron State athletics. Today I'm previewing the 2013 fall sports: football, volleyball, cross country, and golf. Today we're going to look at football as they start their second season under head coach Jay Long. Here in the studio with us is junior John McLean. As a sophomore, John McLean threw for 2,606 yards and 30 touchdowns and just 6 interceptions. He set school records for most completions, 239, and touchdowns, 30, while also completing 66% of his passes, which is another school record. John, it's great to have you here in the studio with us today. Overall, how do you feel training camp went for you?
It went all right. I feel like our team came in pretty good physical condition, which is something that the coaches were concerned about with a little bit of a shortened training camp. But we came in pretty good shape, and it was really competitive, I think. Going against the defense every day was very competitive, and hopefully that's something that'll pay off and be beneficial, especially with tough opponents that we have this year.
Now, on the offensive side of the ball, you have a number of receivers coming back. Who do you look to be your go-to or at least big play receiver in moments that you're going to need that?
Well, the nice thing about our offense, I guess, is that we don't really rely on one guy. A lot of it depends on what the defense is doing and who the open guy is. And just like you said, there's so many good guys coming back that there's a lot of guys we can count on. On any given play, there's 4 or 5 guys, whatever it is, running routes that we all trust that will catch the ball, will be in the right place, and then can do something after they catch it. I think about Travis Reeves, Nate Ross, 5th year, Cody Rose is a 6th year guy, and Chappie, another 5th year. Guys that I've been playing with for a long time that I have all the trust in the world in, and then other young guys like Danny O'Boyle and Kyle Vintage also do a great job. So it's really any of those guys could make a play at any time, and I don't have to look for one specific guy, which is a big relief because defenses can't really focus on taking away just one of them.
That's good. That's really good. Now, keeping on the offensive side of the ball, you have a running game coming back in Glenn Clinton. Overall, how do you feel that's going to help you just passing-wise and taking the stress off if you feel teams giving you too much pressure or they're handling the passing really well?
Glenn does an incredible job. Some of the runs he made last year, you drop your jaw. Phenomenal. When you look at him on film. He's leaping over dudes and he'd run through a brick wall if he had to. And complimenting him is Mike Madkins, another guy who does a great job, and they're fun to watch. And you can't really talk about the running backs without mentioning the O-line. We bring back Sam Parker at center, Mike Lorenzo at guard. 2 great players. Jake McCrary, he may not be the biggest guy around, but he fears nobody.
That's good. That's always a good thing.
Yeah, and then the other guys on the line, the newcomers, and it'll be good to have a balanced attack this year, and that's something that we're shooting for.
All right. Now, like we said, we listed off some of the stats you had last year and the school records you made. Where do you feel you have improved as a quarterback, though, from last season to this season?
Well, I think, just the experience that I got last year playing. The season before last year, I was hurt for, 9 out of the 11 games, so I didn't get the reps, and so that kind of set me back, I feel like. But then last season, just playing and getting those repetitions, knowing what to expect, having the game slow down a little bit, hopefully that all pays off for this year.
Yeah. Okay, now which games are you looking forward to the most this year?
I definitely don't want to overlook anybody because of how good each team we play is. If you look at last year's schedule, there's games that we won, very close games. There's 4 or 5 of them that are one-possession games, and so that just goes to show you that you can't overlook anybody. And having said that, the Pueblo game obviously is going to be a big one.
That's at home this year too, so that's going to be exciting to watch.
That's going to be a fun one. We've never beat them since I've been here, and so that's going to be kind of a big one, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, now what are some goals that you guys have made on the offensive side of the ball this year?
We have high expectations with the guys that we have coming back, which we talked about a little bit ago. As far as specific goals, I'm not sure if we have anything except to win the RMAC. Obviously, that's a big goal for us and for every team. And we go out with the goal in mind to score every possession we take the field. And that's kind of our approach and our mindset. And I think that's what you have to have as an offense.
That's good. Now, last year you guys finished 9-3. You made the playoffs. You lost to West Texas A&M though in the first round at home. What do you guys want to see different this year overall and just season record-wise compared to last year?
Well, it's a new season, obviously, so everybody's 0-0, and last year doesn't mean anything. We would like to, make a run in the playoffs again, and it'd be nice to win the RMAC and take it game by game and work really hard, go as far as we possibly can, and have some fun doing it, hopefully.
Awesome. Patience is key. It sounds like you guys are going to be ready for the season. Wish you the best of luck. We now move into the cross-country part of this segment. The cross-country team starts its second season after being dormant for almost half a century. They've got some new coaches, new recruits, and look to make some noise in a tough Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. Today I'm here with seniors Alex Johnson and Ashley Reason of the Chadron State men's and women's cross-country team. Alex, Ashley, it's good to have you two here in the studio today. My first question for you guys is, how are you liking the new distance coaches overall?
Guess I'll go first. Coach Med and Coach Caskey, I think they do a great job with us. Coach Bailey was a great coach for us last year, and he has been since I've been here. I've been here 5 years now, and I've been here since Bailey started. But I feel like Coach Med ran a 4-flat mile, and he was an even better 5K, 10K guy. So he obviously has a slightly better knowledge base than Coach Bailey did. I feel like we're training to peak at better times, and I think we're on our way to doing great things. They're also both really great people too, so easy to work with.
Ashley, what do you think of Coach Mitchell for the women?
Experience is definitely on her side. She's seen a lot of places, been in a lot of races, and I think she has a lot more background in the cross country than we have had ever before, so it'll be nice to have her input. As far as Coach Med goes, he's definitely got a dry sense of humor, so he's getting along really well.
That's good, especially with a team as young and great attitude as you guys. It's been fun being around you. Now, what is different from this year to last year's inaugural team?
We do actually have the experience now, so we've seen a race, we've been to regionals, we've been to the Chili Pepper, we've seen 500 people on the line, and we can handle it now, and I think having that base will make us that much more confident.
That pressure of going into the race isn't as hard as it is as you guys were. All right, Alex, so what do you feel that is different from this year and last year?
I mean, for me, I know what to expect, and at the same time, we've got a whole new group of kids. We had enough people to field a team last year, but we've got 15 guys on the guys' side, and I think we've got 15 girls too. And we've got actual room for people to compete with each other and compete for those final spots. And I think that's really important to have for a team if you want to have someone who can, or have a team that can be competitive in the RMAC.
That's awesome to hear. Now, again, you guys are in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. It's one of the toughest distance conferences in the nation, regardless of class. How do you guys want to do as a team and as individuals? Alex?
As a team, I want to beat Black Hills this year. That'll basically be top half of the RMAC, I'd say. Last year, we beat one team in the RMAC at conference.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we didn't all run our best at conference, but that's what we're training for this year. I mean, we all had our separate races where we did well last year, and this year we just want all of our best races to be at conference.
Awesome. Ashley, what about the women's side?
The top 6 are pretty hard to break into, but I feel if we could go at least top 9, it'd be pretty exciting for our second year back.
Yeah, that would be great to hear and awesome to see. Now, what separates cross country from other sports? There's always that level of competition here at Chadron State of trying to see which sport has that top edge. And I'm not trying to say one sport is better than the other, but what do you guys feel separates cross country from everything else?
It's all about guts. It takes a lot to run a 10K for guys, 6K for girls, so we luck out. But there's just all day, every day, beating yourself in kind of the 2-a-days is new also. So
oh, yeah.
That makes it a little harder.
Alex?
I actually had this conversation with Coach Matt earlier this year, and the thing I brought up was the fact that, I mean, we might be the same as all fall sports, that we can't leave because we've got practice and you can't just make that up. But at the same time, we do this all year. Like, we're not just cross country, we're all cross country track. So we don't have an off season. We don't have days off. Even on our mandatory days off, which is today, we're still supposed to get out and get 70 minutes in, get in our cross training, get in all of our stretching and all that too. So it's just another tier higher that you have to go for competing at a mental edge.
Awesome. Now, when it comes to race time and before that gun goes off, and before you even have to report to the starting line, what do you two do mentally just to get prepared for your races? Ashley?
I take a little more time by myself. You can make yourself a head case in anything. I just like to kind of separate off, get my warm-up in. We'll all jog together, but it's kind of nice to go through your own drills, take your own time putting your jersey on and getting taped. And so just taking it at my pace and trying to just focus.
That's awesome. Alex?
I don't know about before the race, during the race, whatever. I like to talk to people. I like to try to get other people amped up, and that's kind of my go-to. I mean, during practice,
You want to be a motivator.
Yeah, exactly. And even during races, like last week, I was talking to your brother during the race, trying to get people going. We had a couple people that were down on themselves, hurting during a race, just it being their first race. I just like talking to people and getting them going.
That's awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck this season. I feel like you guys can do a lot this year. Again, second year in for cross country. Hopefully they can make some noise in a tough RMAC conference. Thank you. The women's volleyball team begins its second season under head coach Janelle Bailey. Today I'm speaking with Jessica Jester, a senior here at Chadron State College. As a junior, Jessica was in the top 4 of her team in attacks, kills, serves, blocks, and total points scored for the team. Jessica, it's good to have you here in the studio today.
Thanks for having me, Will.
All right, overall for the first part of the season, what we want to talk about is what are your expectations going into this year?
Definitely. As having such a short season, we always want to go 500. Winning hopefully more than half the games we play, and then also having better than a 500 record at home. We have some really good fans to come out and support, and we really do appreciate that. So that's always a big goal, is to go more than 500 at home, and definitely at least 500 on the season. And our big goal is always to make that RMAC tournament at the very end of the season.
Now, with last year's struggle, I know it was tough for you guys, not so much going in early for the season, but towards the end, it was just a little mismatches here and there. What are you guys doing this year differently compared to last year with second-year head coach Janelle Bailey?
Yeah, I think our first issue was that we didn't click very well as a team kind of in the preseason, and we've done a lot better with having some team bonding things, and that helps you a lot more on the court, Will. Like when if I know who my outside hitter and my right side hitter is going to be, when you communicate that, you're blocking, you're hitting, everything with your setter, it starts to click. So when you know your teammates, your offense runs better, your defense comes together. So it all started, honestly, with us coming together as a team.
That's good. Now, what are you guys expecting this year from a lot of the younger players, especially like your freshmen and sophomores?
Well, half of our team actually is new. 4 or 5 of them being freshmen, and the other half being JUCO transfers. So they actually have to step up and play a big role. We lost a lot of seniors last year. So in the setting position, back row, even on the right side, every position is going to need to step up, and we can expect that from our freshmen. They came in good shape and a high talent, a good class that we had come in. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I think they can step up to the game too.
That's good. Now, along with Barbie Descent, you two are the only seniors on this team. What type of leadership roles have you two divided amongst each other just to help this team click as a whole and hopefully get above that 500 mark this year?
Definitely. As you can tell, my voice is a little gone. I'm kind of more the vocal leader on my team, the encourager. When we're on that last 10 minutes of practice and we're all dying, I think it's my spot as a leader to hey, let's go team. We got 10 more minutes left. Yeah. And Barbie is honestly our team beast. She sprints probably faster than 3/4 of the football team, and she also is our strongest woman in the weight room. She's a wiry little thing, but she sure can get it done, both speed and strength-wise. So she definitely leads in that area.
That's awesome. Now, overall, what are your goals for you and for this team?
Personally, I want to become a better blocker. It's in my job title as a middle blocker. I want to really help my defense. I want to close my block on the outside and the right side so they can read around me. And then also as a team, I think we just want to finish the season strong. Last year we kind of wavered off, and I think it was we didn't make a good push towards the end of our season. So kicking out the roller coaster ride. We want to find a constant consistency where we're not low, we're not high, but we're right where we need to be, and we're not on a roller coaster ride of emotions.
All right, that's awesome. Now, my final question for you. You guys said you had training camp. You guys bonded, obviously, as a team. What was probably the hardest part of training camp this year?
Without a doubt, it was the heat. You know, with all of the building renovations going on, we really had to overcome adversity with all the dust coming into our gym. We had no ventilation, you know, but I'm so thankful that our team came in shape. You know, most of our underclassmen, they came in and set the bar high for us returners. And so I'm just really thankful that we were in shape. We had 2 days, 3 days, sure, but like us coming together as a team, like I said, it really helped us to push through those 3 days together really strong. And then also, just like I said, that adversity was the heat. But, you know, our coach was really good about water, giving us good rest times. But, you know, we came together and we had pushed through adversity.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to broadcasting and watching the games this year. Best of luck to you and the team.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you. The golf team starts its fall season with a team full of youth. There is not one junior or senior on this year's team. Sophomore Emma Harris comes in for the Eagles this season as the only returner. As a freshman, Harris finished second overall in team scoring. The team has been very consistent in their scoring this season thus far. Head coach Terry Keneally said she's impressed with her team and how they've handled the pressure, especially for being such a young group.